What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Weapon Collective. My name's Jeff and we are out on the range on this gorgeous Utah day. And this video is a follow-up video on my last video actually that I posted on this gun, which is the Cardinal Arms G2. Now when I picked this gun up, I said it was kind of a roll of the dice because I didn't know anything about it. I'd seen it in one little blurb on Covert's website and piqued my interest. It was definitely it's a gorgeous gun, and the way it was priced, it had to be, it gave the impression that it was a quality gun. So not knowing much about it, I rolled the dice, picked this thing up, and it has everything that I like in a 2011. So it has a nice big mag well, it has an aluminum grip on it. The grip safety has been deleted. Fantastic trigger, full length dust cover. Everything is right up my alley, except it is not ported or comped. I'm a big fan of ported and comped guns. This one is not. But since getting this thing and my initial impression of it being it's definitely a quality gun, but still didn't know much about the manufacturer. Well, since then I have learned that Cardinal Arms is a sister company with a company called Optimum Manufacturing, and they have been making slides and parts. They do stuff for Fowler Industries. They do stuff for Race City Defense. They do stuff for Terran Tactical, and they make some parts for Infinity. So making parts for those companies, it is obvious these guys know what they're doing, and this is just their first gun. Came out under their sister company, Cardinal Arms. So I've shot it very briefly, zeroing it, and I figured that most of my guns, ported, comped, I didn't want to compare it to one of those guns. I thought the perfect gun to compare this thing to, get an initial impression on it, and do a comparison with the Fowler Industries Vanta 9. Now, I think this has made a brief appearance on the channel down in the Gat Cave, but it's never been out on the range. So it'll be great to get this out against the Cardinal Arms today, see if I can tell a huge difference when in fact, I mean, a lot of these parts from Fowler probably came from the same plant, same manufacturing facility as the Cardinal Arms. So it's going to be a very interesting comparison. They're both 5-inch pistols, not ported, not comped, both set up almost the exact same way. Both have Trijicon SROs, big magwells, grip safety delete. The only real difference between the aesthetics is the Fowler has iron sights and the Cardinal, those have been deleted. So very, very similar guns. And I just am interested to see if there's a perceivable difference in shooting the two of them. So that's what we're going to do today. Let's get after it. Okay, so first gun we're shooting is going to be the Cardinal Arms G2, and I'm just going to take it on the old Texas Star. I like the Texas Star, so we're starting with that, and we'll move on from there. So let's see how this Cardinal shoots. .383. Man, that feels good. I like that. That feels, I mean, zeroing it, I shot at zeroing it, but that doesn't really give you the impulse of going after a moving target or drawing, and that's a smooth gun, especially for not being a ported or comped gun, which those can kind of spoil you. So getting into the naturally aspirated pistol, like that thing shoots really nice, I will say that. Okay, this next drill, I just got back from Arizona taking a Modern Samurai course, so I have some of his targets. And I believe this is called a 3 and 2 drill. So it's just 3 to the body, 2 to the head. And we'll see how it goes. Oh, one high. So that was in a 225, but I yanked one up out of the head box. So they both have to be in the head box. That's a fail, but that's a fun one. I like these targets. If you go check out Modern Warriors and Scott Jedlinski, that guy, he could shoot.
Samurai.
Yeah, Modern Samurai. It's amazing. Let's go over to the plate rack. Everybody knows the plate rack. So my last video out here, I was doing the Staccato XC with the Atlas grip and that Wilson Combat, and I was sucking it up on the plate rack. So see how the Cardinal goes. But so far, I like shooting this gun. I hit that one. It doesn't want to fall. We'll redo that. Whoa, spider web or something. Where'd that come from? Anyway, that was a 3.56. And man, for not being comp reported, this thing's got a great return to zero. Covered in spider web. I don't know where that came from. But yeah, I really like this gun. This thing is nice. Let's go do some 1R1s. Oh, that ain't gonna work. I moved my mags up on my belt, and that might take some getting used to. Three, two, one, still slow. 282. That's the speed that's acceptable. God, you can see those rounds just blowing up on that steel. Dude, what is that?
Yeah, that's weird.
Spider web. It's like whatever is packed in there. It's shooting some weird string, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
The hell is it?
Freaks me out.
So it wasn't a spider web. It's whatever's in these rounds, which it leaves like some crazy silk. I mean, this just must be the part of this plastic. These are Simex, and they are moving really fast, but they have some interesting stuff in there. Kind of cool, but it's flying back at you. It is flying back here, dude. But at least it's knowing it's not copper or some part of the jacket makes me feel better. Three, two, one. 315. That felt faster than that. To me, anyway. 308. Oh, you suck. All right, well, those didn't go very well. Had a lot of fumbling and stuff on there, but that was not the gun. Gun shoots well. I like this thing. Definitely a beautiful gun. I mean, it is well crafted for sure. And I love the look of it. Trigger is phenomenal. Everything about it I really like. Big old magwell makes those reloads. It's just when I'm getting the slide locking back. One of these mags wasn't locking back. I think it's the magazine. But man, I'm impressed with the Cardinal. So let's see what the Fowler does. Or let's just go run this a little bit and then run that Fowler. Okay, just got done running that Cardinal Arms G2. Love that thing. So now we're going to the Fowler Industries Vanta 9. And as I mentioned in the intro, this thing, it's been on the channel in the GAT cave, but never out on the range. And I haven't shot this gun all that much. So this will be a really good comparison. It's kind of, I'd say they're equal as going into it is kind of the potential, if that makes sense. But anxious to shoot this thing. So that Cardinal, I liked it a lot. So this thing's gonna have to perform for sure. So Fowler Industries Vanta 9. One caveat though, I do have a different holster. This has the ALS, so it does require the thumb. So it might be a little slower on the draw. So I won't penalize the gun for my draw. Got hit in the head. Yeah, that was 438, but I missed one. So we'll see. Let's move on to the 3 and 2. All right, that was better. 269. So that was the first one. I had an absolutely piss poor grip, and that's obviously nothing to do with the gun. So I want to give this Vanta as fair of a shake since we're up against the clock, and me fumbling out of the draw with the bad grip makes the gun look bad. And so the Vanta won this one. Wow. I don't know. I think I shoot the Cardinal better, is what I would say. The return to zero for the plate rack, the Cardinal, I prefer. They both shoot soft, but something about the timing of this gun, I prefer the Cardinal. I don't know. God, I'm just seeing that fly back, dude. That was a 312. Three even. Oh, what was that? Oh well, they're both empty now. So I'm gonna say the 1R1s, I'm giving it to the Fowler. This thing, I don't know if it's a difference in the dimensions of the grip, but they just go in much smoother than the Cardinal. I was getting them, I mean, with the 2011, you can, if they're not straight, any little turn and they bind, you gotta have them lined up really straight. But I think if there's a little bit more leeway in the Fowler, or that magwell could be the difference. It just guides it in better. So 1R1s go to the Fowler. Oh, I got nailed. Dude, look at that. Holy cow. Those things start flying back and it gets awful distracting, dude. But as far as the gun goes, Fowler is awesome. I like the Fowler, but let's talk about it. Okay, just got done shooting the Cardinal G2 in the Fowler Industries Vanta 9. A lot of fun, And I love both of these guns. They both shoot very well, particularly for being non-ported, non-comped pistols. But if I gun to the head had to choose, I'm going to say I shot the Cardinal a little more accurately and I think translating that to a real life scenario where hits matter, I shot the Cardinal a little better, and I think it just had the return to zero balance of the gun worked better for my shooting than the Fowler. The Fowler's a great gun, shoots real soft, but for whatever reason I was way more sloppy on like the plate rack and the Texas Star with the Fowler. Fowler definitely beat it on the 3 and 2 and the reloads. The dimensions on the magwell, or the dimensions on the grip and the magwell, like those reloads were just much smoother on the Fowler. So if I'm in a real life scenario where I have to reload, I'll probably take the Fowler. But as you can see, I'm kind of trying to toe the line here because they're both fantastic guns, and I don't want to let my shooting determine which gun is a better gun. I'm just gonna say for me on this day, I think I shot the Cardinal a little bit better. But they are both phenomenal guns, and like I'm just gonna keep hitting this point that for non-ported guns, I've been shooting ported and comped guns for the majority of the last year. So shooting these, I mean, I'm very impressed with both of them on how soft and flat they shoot. Now, I was shooting some ammo that had some weird stuff flying back at us, and that was distracting. But I guess that's just part of shooting steel. But this is a little new. I've never had an experience quite like this. But it was really fun, and especially for being a relative unknown, this Cardinal G2 is impressive. I got to say that. Fowler already has a phenomenal reputation as a builder of double stack 1911s, and I just like that there are more players coming in the game, and with that you got to weed out some of the ones that are better than others. But I'm gonna say this Cardinal Arms G2, this thing is, I mean, this is quite an entrance to the 2011 scene. This thing is badass. I like this gun a lot. Like the weight and balance and everything about it is absolutely top notch. Really great craftsmanship, and I'm just very impressed, particularly for being a purchase that I made, which I considered a huge roll of the dice at the time. Man, that was a jackpot on this, because this thing is sweet. So I'm definitely gonna put this into rotation and use this thing more, because I was very impressed with it. So other than that, I mean, I'm talking more about the Cardinal because of the reputation that the Fowler Vanta 9 already has. It's a phenomenal gun. I just am very impressed with the relative unknown coming on the scene and being quite a fine pistol, I do say. So that's it for this video. So please comment, like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. I'm Jeff for the Weapon Collective, reminding you, keep your weapons collected and keep collecting your weapons. I'll catch you next time.